Hi friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. Now friends, with just 57 days left for CAT examination, I know that all of you must be anxious about this examination and you must be studying, you must be putting your 100% for this examination and uh, possibly some of you might have finished your syllabus for CAT examination and must have started the revision. Now, keeping this particular thing in mind that you all have started your revision, we have started with a new series of sessions in which we are beginning some of the original questions that are based on the actual questions that have appeared in the previous year paper examinations of CAT. Right. So what we are doing is in this series important topic for CAT 2023. In this series of sessions, I'll be discussing some of the questions which so I'll tell you what I have done is so we have selected some of the questions from the previous year paper of CAT examinations and just keeping the concept same, we have built up another question on those concepts. All right. So what this will help you is how this will help you is this will help you in understanding the actual level of difficulty and practicing some more original set of questions that you have not seen earlier in your study material or in any of the YouTube videos. Okay, so basically this is the set of questions that are totally original but which are based on the actual questions that have appeared in the previous year paper of CAT examination, right? So we shall be solving all these questions in the upcoming sessions that are there in this series. So this is CAT 2023 important topics, and today's topic is arithmetic. So I'll be conducting 2 or 3 or maybe 4 lectures on arithmetic. Then I'll switch on to algebra, and likewise I'll be picking up every area of mathematics. All right. चलिए so start करते हैं. So this is part number 1 for this session. I hope you all must be attending all the other sessions in the other series that we are conducting for all of you on the YouTube channel as well as our application, right? Okay, so we shall begin with today's session. So how we'll be solving questions in today's lecture? So again, like all my previous lectures, I'll be showing these questions to you one by one. We'll be giving you somewhere around 1 or 1.5 minute to solve each of these questions, and then we'll have a complete discussion on that. Okay, chaliye. So all of you be ready. The first question will appear on your screen in a few moments, and this is the first question. Quickly find out the answer and post it in the chat box. The question says that in a chess tournament, Naveen has played 50 matches so far and won 60% of them. If he wins 37.5% of the remaining matches, then the overall win percentage will be 50%. Suppose if he wins 90% of the remaining matches, then the total number of matches lost by him in the tournament will be how much? Quickly solve this one and post your answer in the chat box. Quickly. So you'll have to find out the total number of matches lost by him in the tournament if he wins 90% of the remaining matches. Any answers for this one? Yes, Karthik, calculator is allowed in the CAT examination, but you cannot take your own calculator. So there will be an on-screen calculator that you can use. Okay, and it is not a scientific calculator, it is a normal calculator. Yes, it is allowed in CAT examination. Any answer for this one? Okay, so Tejasvi has given an answer. Option B, that is 24. Very good. So Naveen has played 50 matches. So number of matches played by Naveen is 50, and out of which he has won 60%. So 60% of 50, that means 30 matches. So Naveen up till now has played 50 matches, out of which he has won 30 matches. Now, if he wins 37.5 of the remaining matches, the overall win percentage will be 50%. Suppose he wins 90% of the remaining matches, then the total number of matches lost by him in the tournament will be. Now, I'll have to assume a variable for the remaining number of matches, right? Now, look at these two percentages. Now, 37.5 is 3 by 8 and 90 percentage is 9 by 10. So what I'll do is, just to make sure that there are no fractions involved in the calculations, what I'll do is I'll assume the remaining number of matches, which is completely divisible by 8 as well as 10. Why 8? Because denominator में यहाँ पे 8 है and यहाँ पे 10 है. Okay, just to ease down the calculations. So I'll assume the remaining number of matches as 40x. Okay. Now, if he wins 37.5 percentage of these remaining matches, now 37.5 percentage is 3 by 8. Okay, so that means 15x. इसको 8 से डिवाइड करेंगे, it will be 5x. 5x into 3, that is 15x. Okay, so if he wins 15x matches out of the remaining 40x matches, then his win percentage will be 50%. That means these number of wins, 30 plus 15x, is half the number of matches that he has played. 50 plus 40x divided by 2. All right. So from here, I can say that the value of x, upon solving this, cross multiply karo and then take x on one side. Upon solving this equation, I'll get the value of x as 1. Now, if the value of x is equal to 1, then the remaining number of matches will be 40. Okay, so this will be the remaining number of matches, right? So suppose he wins 90% of these matches. So 90 percentage of 40 is 36. So he wins 36 matches. So that means I can say that out of the initial 50 matches, he has lost 20. And out of these matches, he has lost 4. So total number of matches that he will lose will be equal to 24. So 24 will be the correct answer for this question. All right. So Tejasvi, your answer is absolutely correct. Okay, and Karthik, please check and make a correction in your solution. Victor says, I have observed that 60 to 80% people attempt arithmetic and this percentage becomes below 40 percentage for geometry and algebra. Sir, I don't think arithmetic alone can give good percentile. Yes, Victor, I absolutely agree with you. Depending upon just one or two topics will not fetch you a good percentile if you are targeting top B schools of the country. Okay, so in case you want to see yourself in IIMs, FMS, SPGen, XLRI, right, in these colleges, then you will have to depend on the like on every topic. You cannot afford to leave anything. Okay, all right. So the correct answer for this question is 24, and we shall move on to the next question, question number 2. Now, question number 2: in an election between two candidates, 10% of the population in the town did not cast their votes. 20% of the votes polled are invalid. The winning candidate received 56% of the valid votes and won the election by 2,808 votes. Find the population of the town. Everyone try this one. Now, I'll be doing this question using the shortest possible method. Okay, the fastest way. I'll not start by assuming the population of the town. No, I'll not start from the beginning, but I'll start from the end. I'll do backtracking, and I will be able to easily get the answer. And you should be able to understand this thing if you are an aspirant for CAT examination, CAT 2023. Okay, all right. करें देखिए start करें. Any answer, Tejaswi? Would you like to post your answer? चलिए start करते हैं. I'll start from here. The winning candidate gets 56% of the valid votes. So let's say whatever the number of valid votes, winning candidate gets 56% of valid votes and losing candidate will get 44%. So the difference between them is 12 percentage of valid votes, and that is given as 2808. Okay, so from here I'll be able to calculate the number of valid votes. So 2808 divided by 0.12, right? So I can write it as 280800 divided by 12. So number of valid votes will be 23400. So 23,400 will be the number of valid votes, right? Now, before that, 20% of the votes polled were invalid. So that means 80% were valid. All right. So I can say that 80% of the votes which were polled, that is valid votes, and that will be 23,400. So 80% of something is 23,400. So that means the number of votes polled, I'll call it VP, votes polled, will be equal to 23400 divided by 0.8. Okay. Why 0.8? Because 80%. So 80% of the votes polled is valid. So 23,400. Okay. Now if I'll solve it, I'll get 234,000 divided by 8. So 234 8 से divide नहीं होगा completely, but देखते हैं. So यहाँ पे it will be 2 74 9 1 2 and 5. So 29 125 is the number of valid votes. Okay. Now the total number of candidates, let's say whatever it was, 10% of the population did not cast their vote. That means 90% of the population, they casted their votes. So votes polled will be 90 percentage of the total population. So total population should be equal to votes polled 29125 divided by 0.9, and you can find out your answer. All right. So the answer here will be 32,500. That is option C. Okay. Right. Now let's move on and look at the next question, question number 3. Now, question number 3. In a class, 60% of the students are boys, which is 40 more than that of the number of girls. Right. If 56% of the students were selected for essay writing, including 60 boys, then how much percentage of the girls are not selected for essay writing? Percentage of girls which were not selected for essay writing. Just give me 1 second. I think there will be some correction here. So it needs to be divided by 8. So 2 and then 74, 9, 20. So यहाँ पे 2 बचा था. So 2, 9 and it will be 2 and then 50. Okay, so 29250. Just make a small correction in the previous. Okay, and you can take care of rest of the calculations, right? So let's go ahead and look at this one. So it says in a class 60% of the students are boys, which is 40 more than the number of girls. So the number of boys is 40 more than the number of girls. So from here you'll be able to calculate the total number of students in the class, out of which 56% were selected for essay writing, and this included 60 boys. So you will be able to find out the remaining girls who were selected for essay writing. From here you'll be able to find out the number of girls which were not selected out of the total girls, and you'll have to calculate this percentage. Any answer for this? All right, Karthik. Karthik says 42 percentage. Nice. Tejasvi 35 percentage. So there are some boys and there are some girls in the class. So if 60% are boys, so girls will be 40%. The difference between them is 20 percentage of total number of students in the class, and that is given as 40. Okay. So total number of students in the class will be equal to 200. This is the first thing, right? So that means number of boys will be equal to 120 and number of girls will be equal to 80. All right. So I've got the number of boys and girls. Boys 120 and girls 80. Fine. I hope I'm clear with this. Now, how many total are selected for essay writing? 56% of the students. So 56 percentage of 200, that is 112 students are selected for essay writing, out of which boys are 60. So the remaining should be girls. So 112 minus 60, that is 52 girls are selected for essay writing. Out of how many girls? Out of 80 girls. Okay. So out of 80 girls, 52 are selected for essay writing. That means 28 are not selected out of 80 for essay writing. Now, this is the percentage that we'll have to find out. How much percentage of girls are not selected for essay writing? So 28 is what percentage of 80? 28 is 35 percentage of 80. And 35 is the correct answer, correctly given by Tejasvi, Saran, and Priyanshi. Three students. Nice. So, option B, 35 percentage is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. The profit obtained by selling the watch at rupees 1080 is equal to the loss incurred by selling the watch at rupees 720. Find the price at which the watch is sold to gain 100%. Quickly go for it. You can solve this question orally. Yes, orally भी solve हो सकता है ये question. No answers up till now. Okay. Saran, Shrujana, nice. Now, guys, you will encounter this kind of statement in plenty of questions. The profit is equal to the loss. So when I've sold the watch at 1080, I've got a profit. When I sold the watch at 720, I've got the loss. And the profit incurred is equal to the loss incurred. Fine. So in such a case, if the profit and the loss is equal, I can say that the cost price will be exactly in the middle of these two values. Okay, cost price इनके exactly बीच में होगी because the gap of cost price from the first selling price will be equal to the gap of cost price from the second selling price. Okay, so I can say that the cost price will be exactly between these two or the average of these two. So 1080 plus 720 divided by 2 will be the cost price. Okay, so 1800 divided by 2, that means 900 is the cost price. Now, if 900 is the cost price and I want a profit of 10 percentage, 10 percentage of 900 will be, sorry, 10 percentage of 900 will be 90. So profit of 90 at a cost price of 990. So selling price will be equal to 990. So profit is 90, cost price is 900, then the selling price will be equal to 990. Option C will be the correct answer. Okay, plenty of students have given option C as answer. All right, good. Now let's move on to the next question. Now this is slightly difficult. Okay, I'll tell you the proper way of dealing with such questions in which there is some dishonest shopkeeper. He cheats first of all from the place where he is buying, and then he cheats his customer. He marks up the cost price, and then he offers some discount. I have kept all the parameters in one question. Okay. So we shall be looking at each of these parameters, what will be their effect on the final profit or the loss incurred by the shopkeeper. Okay. So read every statement of this question very carefully, and then we will talk about it. Now, what you need to do is you just need to go through this question. Okay. Now, those who have solved these type of questions, they will easily be able to understand this kind of thing. Okay, the effect of everything one by one we'll be considering, and we'll calculate the entire profit here. So any answers before I'll start with the discussion? All right, let's start having a look at it. Now the first effect is dishonest shopkeeper buys 1 kg of sugar using 1200 grams of measuring scale. So I went to buy 1 kg, but I took the measuring scale of 1200 grams. That means I'll be taking extra 200 grams. Okay. Now, effect number one, what will it do? It will help me in getting extra quantity. What extra quantity? 200 grams of extra quantity for every 1000 grams. That means I am taking 20% extra. So that will contribute 20% to my profit. So if I'll not do anything else and will sell this, okay, and will sell this quantity, I'll be having a profit of 20%. Okay. So from here, net profit कितना हो जाएगा 20%. So I can say that the selling price will be 6 upon 5 times the cost price. So first effect is 6 upon 5. Just keep writing all these effects separately. Second case, while selling, he uses 800 grams of measuring scale instead of 1 kg. So instead of 1 kg, he is selling 800 grams. He is giving 800 grams. So for every 800 grams that he sold, he takes the money for 1000 grams. All right. So 800 grams is the actual cost, but he's taking money for 1000 grams. That means he is having 25% extra. 200 grams extra के पैसे ले रहा है on every 800 grams. So 200 on 800 is 25 percentage. So the next effect is 25 percentage, and because of which his selling price will be 5 by 4 of the cost price. So I'll multiply this effect with 5 by 4. Two effects are done. Okay. Now let's talk about the third effect. Now he offered a discount, buy 4 kgs and get 2 kgs free. So if a person asks for 4 kg, he will get how much? 6 kgs. Okay, so at a price of 4 kgs, a person is getting 6 kgs, right? So that means he's getting 2 kgs free on every 6 kgs, right? So that means here he's having a loss. All right, he will be having a loss because 2 kg तो उसको फ्री में देना पड़ रहा है on every 6 kg, right? So ये समझ लो कि the shopkeeper is giving 6 kgs and is taking money for 4 kgs, right? Am I clear? So taking money for 4 kgs and he is giving 6 kgs, so cost price will be according to 6 kgs and selling price will be according to 4 kgs, right? So there will be a loss of 1 by 3 or 33.33 percentage. So net effect, I can say selling price will be 2/3 of the cost price. So again, the next effect is 2 by 3. Now 2 by 3 ये loss हो रहा है यहाँ पे इसे, ठीक है? Now the last effect, effect number 4, he marked up the cost price by 50 percentage. So marked up the cost price by 50 percentage. That means he's having a profit of 50 percentage. Okay, that means he is, or the selling price will be 3 by 2 of the cost price. So multiplied by 3 by 2, right? So these are the 4 effects. Let's calculate the net effect of this. So 2 by 3, 2 by 3 will get cancelled. 2 by 3 and 3 by 2. 5 will get cancelled. 6 upon 4 is 3 upon 2. So the net effect is 3 by 2. That means the selling price is 3 by 2 times the cost price. All right. And I can say that I'm having a profit of 50 percentage. So the correct answer for this question, yes, it will be option B, that is 50 percentage. So Resham and Karthik, two students, have given the correct answer. Okay, now you can watch the recording, like it will be available on YouTube, this session. So you can once again watch this entire explanation and you will understand each and everything and you'll be able to do such kind of questions in less than 1 minute. All right. So correct answer 50 percentage. Let's move on and look at the next question, question number 6. Now question number 6 is, a manufacturer incurred an expense of rupees 600 to make a chair. He sells it to a wholesaler at a profit of 40 percentage. The wholesaler modifies the chair by spending an additional 200 and sells it to the retailer by making a profit of 20 percentage. If the retailer sells at a profit of 25% to the customer, find the amount paid by the customer. Just keep adding the profit percentage or the profit at every step and you'll be able to find out the final price. Come on, quickly. You can do all these calculations orally. There is no need to use a calculator for this. All right, Resham, Good. First one to give an answer. Okay. So the first value is 600. Now, first of all, 40% profit. So 40 percentage of 600 is 240. 240 when added to 600 will give me 840, the first value. The wholesaler modifies the chair by spending additional 200. So wholesaler will spend additional 200. So for wholesaler, the cost will be 840 plus 200, that is 1040. Now he sells to the retailer by making a profit of 20 percentage. So again, 20 percentage of 1040 will be 208. So I'll add 208 and the value will become 1248. Okay. Next, on 1248, the retailer gets a profit of 25 percentage and sells to the customer. So 25 percentage of this value is 312. When added, it will give me 1560. So finally, the customer paid 1560. That is option A, which is correctly given by a lot of you. All right. So yes, the correct answer is option A. Yes, that is the correct answer. All right. So friends, that is all from my side for the day with these questions. With a promise that I will be coming back again and again. Okay, and we'll be picking up some questions from the previous year paper questions of CAT examination. We'll do a bit modification on them so that you will be like at one point you will be able to experience the level of difficulty of actual CAT examination with some new questions. Okay, so that is all from my side. You can ace CAT examination with BYJU'S exam prep by unlocking your free trial for 3 days on our application. You can enroll now for CAT 2023 and other MBA examinations test series. These are all the inclusions in the test series. There will be 80 plus mock papers, 10,000 practice questions, topic wise tests covering all the subtopics, video solutions for CAT mocks with detailed mock analysis. So go ahead and join this test series if you are not a student. This is the list of our CAT 2022 toppers. All right. Okay. Now, new batches are also available. You can enroll now in CAT 2023 comprehensive program. The complete details of this program are given on your screen. The link to enroll is also given in the description of this session. Now, friends, quickly register if you haven't done. Okay, this is the free All India Open Mock for CAT 2023, which was already live on 29th of September and it will be live up till 8th of October. So those who haven't registered for this examination, please register it for now. Okay. So friends, that's all from my side. You can get social with us on all social media platforms. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.